Welcome back. When lawmakers return from a holiday recess, they face a packed agenda full of tough issues, including avoiding a government shutdown. Joining us now, Politico congressional reporter Olivia Beavers. Olivia, kind of speaking to that funding situation, House appropriators, they don't even have a top-line number to start with, and they're looking at a January 19th deadline. So what do you think they actually come up with a full plan by then?
I mean, it's going to be tough. Right now, you're seeing a pileup of, items that they were dealing with before January. They punted it to after the holidays, and now they have about 10 legislative days to get the government funding done before they face a partial shutdown on January 19th and a full shutdown on February 2nd. So time is crunching, and appropriators have been really upset that they don't have the top line funding numbers. Mike Simpson was telling me before the holiday break that these bills take a long time to legislate, and without these numbers, their staff is sort of going to be really put through the ringer and in terms of the time crunch. But that's not all. There's also a push to get supplemental aid to Israel and Ukraine, which has become jumbled with a push to have border reform.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. You've got two wars that they're contending with in terms of funding. We're inching closer to an election. You've got legislative priorities that seem to be ever more polarized by the day. Do they just kick the can down the road at this point, or does that create more havoc if they were to do some sort of stopgap spending bill for a year, say?
So Mike Johnson, the speaker, has floated a year-long CR, but it would have cuts built into it. So you already have Senate appropriators voicing concern about the domestic funding cuts that could be around $70 billion. Republicans wouldn't be too upset about that, but there's also this element of that relates to why Speaker McCarthy was ousted, which is they wanted the 12 appropriation bills to be passed separately. And so if Johnson goes with a short-term CR, he might risk inflaming anger on his right flank, and even if there are cuts that they enjoy, but they're not going to be able to get some of the policy items that have held up multiple appropriations bills. Only 7 have passed the House at this point out of 12.
Hey, Olivia, it's Brian Sullivan. Thanks for coming on. Go back to the issue of Ukraine funding along with the border. Help us understand why this is not more of a bipartisan issue. Even if Republicans want to help Ukraine, Democrats want to help the border. We've had, 7 million plus encounters. The mayor of New York City, the mayor of Chicago have said we're overwhelmed, we're overrun. Why is this such a sticking point when it's clear? Even the president himself said 2 or 3 weeks ago, we need to, quote, secure the border, which implies that it's not secure. Why is this not a bipartisan issue?
Well, there's growing efforts in the Senate. There's right now negotiators who are working to create a plan, a deal, which we don't know a ton of details about because they've been quite tight-lipped. As soon as that plan kind of comes out, on Capitol Hill, various parties might start tearing it apart. But there's already been concerns raised by progressives and the Congressional Hispanic Caucus that they're not having a seat at the table, and they're scared about what kind of changes might be made to asylum processes and other sort of border issues. But the Biden administration has been facing a lot of heat in the polls about how it's been handling the border. And they know, especially coming into a presidential year, that they need to take steps to address it. So they've been much more open and willing to engage with Republicans on a border policy. The question is, will the plan that comes out of the Senate be enough for House Republicans who have passed a very conservative border bill? And they said that that's their red line, even though I'm not sure I quite believe that, in terms of starting negotiations. So you're basically having two sort of very different interests saying, yes, we have a problem, and they just can't seem to reconcile the differences in between.